If you're waiting on me to retract it, I'm not gonna.
I'm not. You're the instigator, man. I know your deal.
I mean, we've been live for like the past couple of minutes. You guys are entertaining as shit.
Really?
Oh, have we? Oh, fuck.
I was waiting for that.
I thought somebody was going to start playing the music. Oh, the Twitter just went. It just went. It just took my internet a minute to pick it up.
Welcome everybody to the Gospel of Chronicles. I'm your co-host, Rusty host, Church of Failure, and with us always our head of HR, RuneKnight.
I like how Ayrton tried to do the intro over the music that I played. That was good.
It's not a bad thing. It's very radio.
It gave it some style, I think.
That's what I'm about, son.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gospel of the Chronicles of Darkness, Part 4, where I am your host of Church of Failure, our DM RuneKnight, and our trusty co-host Ayrton McCartney are joining me as always. We have some new people in the house if they would like to introduce themselves. Oh, and we have Einbrecht back, but he was never really here consistently, so he's technically a new person too.
A new bricks.
No, nobody's going to introduce themselves. Fantastic. We're doing great. This is a fucking phenomenal start.
Remember, fellas, if
I'm a professional.
Off, your swag's off.
That's right. That is fucking right. So,
Moody, introduce yourself. God damn it!
I am Moody. In the last show, I portrayed a very poorly portrayed black girl named Buttercup for the Powerpuff Girls script.
For Pride Month.
It's true.
Yeah, and I'm here to hopefully make this dumpster fire burn even hotter.
Good. Excellent. Fantastic. And even though you've been on the Chronicles show before, Einbrecht, go ahead and let people know who you are, what you do, all that good shit.
Just a dipshit on the internet who has hot takes, mostly hot takes.
He's also our token for Pride Month.
Yeah, and the half faggot of the group. Apparently.
Hey, you watch that. We're on YouTube.
Transgressed barriers on Pride Month. Woo.
It's okay. He can say it.
And during Pride Month.
It's okay, Susan. He can say it. Just we can't.
Okay.
All right.
Of course,
anyway,
though he is muted and kind of hiding in the corner, we have Coyote live from the Mittens Motel, who is a friend of the show and from the darkened space from whence I emerge every so often to run the Gospel of the Chronicles of Darkness. I am your ST, Rune, and I have conspired to bring forth other players, some with differing levels of experience in the darkness sphere, so that the torture can be multiplied, magnified, and expanded.
And if you want to get rid of him as your ST, just bathe in penicillin for like 5 days.
I mean, everyone knows this aphorism: kill the player, win the game.
That's right.
It is known.
It is known.
Does it work in reverse as well? If we kill you, do we auto win?
Well, yes, but I have put in protections in place. He who kills me must then take my role. You have to be the DST in this shit show.
If it gets bad enough, guys, I can just.
And multivitamin. You know,
I'm just gonna push you out in front of a car, so that way some innocent driver will be saddled with its responsibilities.
Yeah, I can just delete the Discord, and this never has to happen again.
This just turns into the worst version of It Follows, where you're followed by a invisible cripple man who won't leave you alone.
Does everybody have their characters and everything together? Is that all taken care of? I was out of the loop with the new people.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta... Joe, I need a copy of my character because I lost that shit when my hard drive died 2 months ago.
You know, that is a good reason to not have your sheet. That is a solid reason. Normally I'm frowny at people. It's how can you not have your sheet, you piece of shit? But it's no, if you lose it to critical machine failure, it's pretty solid.
No, I don't think that's a good enough excuse, because I factory reset my iPad, but was able to find a backup where it had it saved in the PDF files. So
I have a computer degree, which entitles me to say you didn't back up, you piece of shit. It's all your fault.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? I was literally in the process of backing up to my external hard drive when the drive died. That drive went so hard, the guys that were trying to get it running at the fucking shop were just we can't even get it to spin up. What the fuck did you do to it?
Well, the sheets in the show chats suggested for you, Einbricks. But actually, as we get our crap in gear, we have been working overtime to manipulate the mystical array to get the stars in alignment, that the Gospel of Darkness may happen at a more regular interval. So, for those who were watching and were thinking about it, or those who are brand new and are what is this disaster? It may happen more often. You may, in fact, be able to be, quote, a regular listener. And who knows, we may have more people, guest stars, or just people to point and laugh.
8 months later. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5.
Exactly.
If you have some special pay to your diet, you can get extra regular listeners.
And if at the start of episode 5 we do not open with, and we're gonna be more regular from here out, I will be disappointed.
That's right.
I mean, we're not even good enough to have animations or original art. Our art, in fact, is
stick figures.
I mean, you could. Our art is actually selected. I take a busy 5 minutes before show to find art actually from our game of choice, the New World of Darkness. This is actual New World of Darkness art. So if this looks good to you, check out the game. Go. Be a gentleman. Support your industry or whatever.
All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
And now I have.
Oh, Rune.
Yeah.
Did you get my sheet?
Yeah, I have your sheet.
Okay.
I do not recall how we roll dice. I have forgotten. Because I'm good. I'm where's the dice roll? It's gotta be in this channel here. Okay, alright. Yeah, it's that bot. Okay, cool. Now I know how to roll dice. Now I'm prepared.
Did we forget how to roll dice?
I forgot how to roll dice. I had to go look it up because I'm half a professional.
Half of a professional.
So we still rolling dice in the Dungeons and Dragons channel, or a different one?
No, we're still rolling in the Dungeons and Dragons channel. This is not so prominent that it requires a roll 20. That would be a level of effort, I think, in extremis of the Gospel of Darkness.
All right, so Moody's got his character. I'm guessing Coyote's not playing. Is Coyote playing?
Coyote's at least hanging out.
Okay.
He's playing with himself.
Okay.
What? He's got cats.
Somehow that didn't make it better.
I'm calling the cops.
All right.
Arrow joined this group.
All right. So, when last we visited the Gospel of Darkness, a world very much like our own, yet different and strange in many ways, the group, students, teachers, and administrators in a model city preparatory school were dealing with the fallout from the Small Kick affair. A student, not under the recognizance of half-assed teachers, enacted an experiment, did something that fundamentally weakened the walls between worlds, got access to things he should not, and almost destroyed the library, if not the campus. He was subsequently dealt with for this, and now the school is pulling itself together in the wake of one disappearance and an apparent suicide and some kind of orgiastic, violent engagement, which the media has decided is part of the ongoing and serious illegal drug epidemic on college campuses. Hallucinogens and PCP abound. Those in the know have decided to continue exploring and trying to understand what's gone on, how this could have happened, but are now under scrutiny.
My doctor's room, they always ask me about that. When I go in, the first question though is, do you do sugar or PCP?
Oh yeah, it's just the first thing they ask.
Yeah.
But you are now under scrutiny from new administration heads, new eyes. The police are on campus. The new school counselor, a ominously threatening man, has made it clear that he is in no mood for any bullshit. And some of us have even been threatened by unknown individuals in dark of night to be their eyes and ears, but to avoid the wolves or suffer summary punishment. It is now another day, and it's been a couple of them actually. It's been a couple of weeks. You've actually had something resembling quiet, and under the weight of classes, scheduling, meetings, your plans to explore some of these mysteries, to follow up with Cool Ride, have taken a bit of a back seat.
That's it.
But with that in mind, today is the unfortunate day where the school president has decided to call a general meeting. It's one part rumor control, one part check-in, one part get your marching orders for the rest of the semester type deal as you near summer vacation, which means that school security, teachers, administrators, office workers, everybody's got a rep who has to be here, whether you want them to be or not. 90% of it is bullshit. It's the usual mealy-mouthed, half-ass, not completely invested word salad of a wary administrator who, frankly, is more interested in making bargains for bringing local business on campus to sell like food and school supplies you don't need, and making friends in local government so that he can get the next cushy job as he, GTFOs. To say nothing of the increased student activism on campus about a multitude of subjects, not all of which are tenable, But for whatever reason, the standing order is let them march, let them yell, let them disrupt. Whether you want them to or not. So it is that, Mr. Church, you are sitting next to someone you don't actually know that well. The school gym teacher by name of Nathan Sargent. You just don't generally interact. You often move in different circles. But today, due to the confluence of seating, you happen to be nearby each other.
Nathan
Ayrton,
Sargent.
would you go out of your would you go out of your way to sit next to Church, or do you prefer to keep your distance just in case there are, some good-looking MILFs present?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be scoping it out for some
okay, so Professor McCartney's present, but he's not paying attention as usual.
All right, real quick before we get into this, you said it had been a couple of weeks, right?
Yes.
I need to do some character maintenance.
Excellent.
So, it's been a couple of weeks. How much time has passed since we started this?
Quite literally, did you mean the Chronicle, or since our last session?
Just since we started this whole game.
Well, if we are to assume that our tenuous schedule is the schedule, then let's assume that there has been 3 weeks between each game. This is game 5 or game 4, so 4, 8.
That would be 12.
6. Yeah, it's almost been a year.
I can definitely afford a gun, right? I'm getting paychecks.
Yeah, if you've been saving up to get a gun, certainly.
12 weeks is a quarter, not a year.
Are you also saving up the for the carry license, or do you just not give a shit?
I'm a security guard. We have to take that class.
Right, but is this a license for a personal carry, or is this just you're getting a gun for your actual job?
I mean, in real life, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the one piece of paper.
Right. I'm just making sure that you you had to go into the DMV to pay the thing to get the signature added to the piece of paper you already had.
I've had half a year. No, it's not something you have to do. They just didn't like to have a stun gun. You kind of have on a job. You have to take this class.
Just remember, this is the world of darkness. Though it is very similar to our own, it is shittier. So the DMV is more obnoxious.
There you go. All right. So, what are my options here?
You are probably looking at either a pistol or an automatic, and probably not the heavy, unless you have a good cause for why you need a hand cannon. I mean, if your argument is because it makes your penis larger, I understand.
I mean,
that's exactly why I want a gun.
That's right.
It is Pride Month.
No, would you consider something like a 40 or 45 a heavy?
Yeah, actually. But your options are, in the very abstracted kind of shitty way of second ed COD. And let me just say, guys, the people who made this game, thank you for better systems, but I really wish you hadn't thrown out the baby with the bathwater on weapons. We like difference. We like weapons being very particular. Some of us really enjoy digging into books and looking for the cheese. Your options are light pistol, heavy pistol, light revolver, heavy revolver. Because they're not going to let you have the big game rifle or the assault rifle or the shotgun for school. That's a little much.
I'm going to go with the heavy revolver.
I can't imagine a school that lets you have an SMG as your sidearm. Outside of North Korea.
If I've been saving up for half a year on what kind of money per week are we talking here? I need to know how much money I'm working with.
How much money are you worth? Well, let's see here, Church. You have resources 1 in your craptastical job.
Yes.
But the thing is that you can acquire things without money by using services. So, I mean, it took you a while to save up, but it can be done. The example they give for the heavy revolver is the Smith & Wesson M29 44 Magnum.
That'll play.
Okay.
That'll work for now.
I understand that I am playing with people who actually care about guns and might be offended if the gun options suck, but
I mean, if we wanted to meet during that interim and I obtain the gun for him, I'm willing to do that.
I mean, sure. If you guys want to know each other more cohesively than that, it's not like you aren't known as being the guy who occasionally talks about conspiracies.
That is one thing that you should do is introduce Moody's character, because we don't know anything about him.
Well, that was the direction I was going to take. Actually, I was going to pass it off to you guys and let you learn about each other in media res. But if you'd prefer to describe yourself, Moody, proceed.
Sure. So I play Nathan Sargent. He's a slightly overweight gym teacher, kinesiology degree. He of course stands in for teaching history class sometimes, like gym teachers do.
Like gym teachers do, yeah.
Yeah, and he's the advisor for the local what do you call it, what is the college or school group that like pretends that they're part of the military.
The ROTC.
ROTC, yeah. Because he's a big he's known to have some pretty crazy conspiracy theories and a bit of a gun nut. Goes to gun shows and things like that. And don't get in a philosophical argument with him about whether the Earth is flat, because clearly he can zoom in the camera and prove ships haven't gone over the horizon.
And he doesn't like putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay.
No, I don't think he would be a fan of that. And what's your relation to this the school, or is that what we're establishing now?
Well, I mean, I teach like gym kinesiology classes.
Okay, and you just weren't involved in our caper. You've just heard about something happening.
I mean, I was just a background character to what was going on. I just wasn't directly involved.
But because you work at the school, it's a good chance that I do know of you. Yeah, let me see if I can save some money here, because this guy's who he says he is. He might be able to get me a gun and some body armor with the money that I
have. Could happen. Especially if you got those military contacts.
So let me ask you here: what would your character be looking for? What am I digging up for you?
I mean, just standard flak vest and some kind of pistol. I wouldn't wear the flak vest to school, but I'd keep it in Ayrton's van, not the living van, the regular one in the real world.
Okay, I'll see if I can get my hands on that. I'm going to send you a little block of text here, RuneKnight, and this is how I'm accomplishing that. I'm convinced that I'm just getting it through various, conspiracy and gun fanatic groups that I'm affiliated with.
Oh yeah, no, sounds totally legit.
Yeah.
I mean, matter of point, as you have joined church at the meeting, usually you dip out of these things, but you have to make a minimum, otherwise they'll dock you.
If I don't stick around at least every once in a while, they'll get suspicious.
You're having a heck of a time remembering exactly how you got here to like, obviously you drove.
Right.
Obviously you came from home, but I mean you must have had a hell of a party last night. There's just a blank spot.
I was really deep in thought about what the deep state is up to right now. And sometimes I just don't remember what happened when I'm in this kind of mode. So,
Exactly. You get into that high functioning zone where you're putting together all the pieces and just everything else falls away.
Yeah.
It's like that Sherlock vision in that guy movie with those actors.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, did you guys exchange phone numbers and firearms before this meeting, or are you in fact planning to do it after this meeting, Church?
After the meeting, it's fine. I just I just wanted to do a little, because I realized that I had been making some money and we haven't done anything in that regard yet.
Oh yeah.
I also want to take some time in the off time to do a little bit of research into the occult and the otherworldly. Make a couple of rolls and see if I can pick up any kind of idea as to what we experienced with the small kick incident.
Before he does that, can I roll to see if I slept with this wolf over here?
If you what?
I mean, you have. Here's the thing, Mr. McCartney. You have slept with many a MILF. Okay? But the problem is you are known on this campus for some of your escapades. Usually it's positive, especially among the 19 to 20 set for whom, you are their first exploit. But among the more soccer momly, among the well-to-do I work in the office set, there is a bit of grousing. Things about your inability to call, your propensity for not staying for breakfast until after you've had the eggs.
I feel personally attacked.
You should. You should, in fact. It's just it's not enough that it affects your job or indeed your ability to schmooze, but it's solidly a slim pickings in the office scenario.
Fine. Church, go ahead and do your rolls.
Alright. What do I need to roll?
Well, the question is, by what mechanism are you doing this investigation? Are you taking the lengthier course of investigation, or are you relying on books from the library, or are you following up superstitions and sort of folksy wisdom about this sort of thing?
Oh, what happened? It's okay. No, I think that what I'll do is, as a security officer, while this whole investigation on what happened's been going on, I'm gonna have my people tell me anything that they'll tell me, and I'm also gonna be kind of digging into it myself and doing not library research, but the weird library research where you're asking people for books that they might have that the library doesn't have, kind of thing.
I mean, this does help when you're interacting with Mr. Sargent, because he can tell you all about the deep state and some of the weirdness that goes on.
Well, I'm also going to be kind of sneaking around and seeing if I see anything suspicious around the initial science teacher's wares, as far as books explaining the phenomena that was going on, trying to figure out a definite explanation as to what we experienced, and or at least get to some point of understanding what happened.
Well, this doesn't really require rolls so much as you spent an afternoon watching the Discovery Channel. In quantum physics, in theoretical physics, there is an idea called branes, B-R-A-N-E. And it is derived from the word membrane. It's the idea that the divisor between reality as you understand it and an alternate reality is an extremely thin, permeable barrier. Right? By and large, you can't transverse this barrier at all. And if you did, kind of Rick and Morty-like, the differentiation between worlds would be incredibly thin. It's not going to be a Star Trek world where you step across and it's like, well, what if Nazis ruled the earth? That's not how this works. It's you step across to another dimension and you're you, but you decided to wear the boxers instead of the briefs.
Yeah, but see, that's not what I'm looking for though, because we stepped through this and a fucking band talked to us and there were spider people. That is not what we experienced.
What you read is essentially the idea that brains exist, that alternate realities might exist, and that by and large the very idea of transversing that is the realm of science fiction. Nobody really believes you can. Nobody's really trying it. There are some, like, 19th century radical thinkers who claim to have made boxes that harness orgone energy and the like, that, claimed that they could travel the effluvian to enter other worlds and transpose space and all kinds of other wacky, ancient aliens BS. Because I'm not saying aliens, but aliens. But at the most extreme level, and we're talking the kind of stuff where you just don't have the intelligence, the literal mechanical dot, to understand what's being written in front of you. There are those people that are like, well, if we could build a device to travel interdimensionally, this is what we would need. If such a device existed, this is what we might have to get our hands on. And you can't be certain whether or not that's actually what they've done. Like, if somebody actually just went and built one of these impossible machines. But, it makes you think.
Okay.
Because a device designed to open gateways to other worlds basically would create a field where those two worlds would literally touch, physically merge, and your hands became part of somebody else for a while. You kind of know what that feels like. It's not okay.
No, that's why I want the gun.
You mean to shoot me before I stick my hand in something again?
Yes. No cap. Yes.
So I'll let you know at the staff meeting that I'll just let you know, hey, when we're done here, I got what you asked for out in the trunk of my car if you want to come grab it.
Excellent. Okay, so now we can officially begin, now that I have an understanding of what happened to us, what we're about to get ourselves into if we re-examine the machine and go see Cool Ride.
Sweet. So if you guys would like, you may make presence, manipulation, or wits plus socialize checks for basically schmoozing at the meeting. Because the actual specifics of the meeting, there's not much you can do. You don't get to propose motions or make counter arguments. It's just, okay, tell us what we're going to do. We're going to do the same shit we do every day anyway.
Presence, manipulation, what, or wits?
Presence, manipulation, or wits, and the socialize skill. So, for instance, Church, you got 3 dice.
Alright. Let's go.
So I'm thinking I got the format right now. I think it's like that. Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go, I don't want all capitals. 1, 3, D10. We're gonna go with present. And nothing.
Okay.
I think it's 8 or above for success.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 1 success for me.
Which is not bad.
I'll take it.
Some is better than none.
Is anybody else going to do anything, or?
I'm waiting to see if Ayrton has a roll up his sleeve.
I don't even know if Ayrton's still here.
No, I'm still here.
Steinbreck's character here as well, or is he a student?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I mean, is he a teacher? Is what I meant.
No, I'm just a security goon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually a cop that's assigned to the school.
Okay.
So if I'm rolling on wits, it would be 3 d10.
It would be the number of dots in your wits plus whatever dot is in your socialize. If you have no socialize, it's a -1.
Okay, so 5.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's why he's getting all the ladies.
He is actually the social build for this group, yeah.
Oh, he got 3 successes, and he gets to roll 2 more dice.
Yeah, reroll them 10s.
2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 3.
Better than my 1.
Einbrecht, are you gonna check on this, or you just not care?
I would assume my character would be running security rather than.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not involved in this meeting. He's a cop, like I said. He
That works.
not it.
Yeah, I just don't think it would be logical for him to be schmoozing. He'd be running security.
You got it. So,
and while this is...
yeah, Church.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Moody.
Mm-hmm.
You are aware that there is some scuttlebutt in the secretarial pool. But it's nothing like nothing particular. Nothing that really draws your interest. Just they say somebody did something a little skeevy with a student, maybe. Not in the against their will kind of way, more of the, somebody and a student might have had an affair kind of way.
I get warm in that classroom. That's why I keep it so cold in there.
Right, exactly. But it's not you either, Ayrton, because that's the thing, is you get a little bit more information. Apparently, the shop teacher may have had a bit of the bump and squeal with a student, but the process is going forward. He's on administrative leave pending review, which is code for he's probably going to get fired. And his wife has gone to her sister's with the kids, which is pretty bad. Supposedly, he was seen on campus with a cardboard box, presumably to get his stuff.
Church, do you think we should pay this guy a visit?
He was pretty standoffish when we were investigating the small kick shit. So maybe this is what he was covering up, but I don't know if it's anything necessarily nefarious going on. Go ahead.
I want to be clear. You guys talked to the science teacher. This is the shop teacher.
I thought I talked to the shop teacher as well.
You might have.
I investigated a lot of people.
Yeah, you certainly would have asked around, so I can presume you at least talked to him once. And if somebody wants to go back and read and send me a message on YouTube being like, "You don't remember what happened," it's like, that's okay. Thank you for finding it. Fuck
yeah. So on the assumption that yes, I did talk to him. Like we're just going to retcon that in if it didn't actually happen.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to say that he was pretty standoffish. How old was this girl in question, Rune?
Oh, she was like she was solidly in the that golden 18 to 20 range, so
okay.
Not illegal,
Okay,
but inappropriate for a teacher.
Yeah, inappropriate for a teacher, but we have bigger fish to fry, kind of shit.
Yeah, and
like,
I mean,
this is
that's double bad.
Yeah, like he's gonna be under enough scrutiny anyway. If there's anything that comes out about that's out of turn, we'll hear about it. It's not something I think we should really waste our time on. But I got something I got to get to, because at this point, across the table, I am not introducing Ayrton to Moody yet, because Moody has no idea about what went on before.
It's true.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, you just put shit in the van.
Hey, you guys are welcome to split the party if you want.
Well, I'm not saying we're splitting the party. I'm saying that I got something I've got to get to.
Right.
Because Ayrton's character doesn't need to know that I'm about to go get a gun to shoot him with if he sticks his hand in some more shit.
This is true. This is true.
And I think a little bit of split the party is gonna happen anyways. We all do still have jobs, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
you do, in fact.
So,
I mean, you can take an early lunch, Church, but technically after this meeting, people are supposed to, return to their other tasks.
Well, I'm saying, like, after this, like, I'm not gonna tag around with Ayrton all day. Like, maybe once lunchtime rolls around, I gotta go get my shit. But yeah, I'm saying, like, that's the end of the conversation between he and I before we depart to the point where I eventually go get my gun.
Yeah.
Like, we've got this interesting information, but it doesn't really help mine and Ayrton's main deal. Like, I'm sure there's a reason you're telling it to us as a human being, but as a character, my gut instinct says, okay, nothing illegal happened, and I'm still on the hook for potentially murdering someone if they find out what happened to Small Cake. I have more things to worry about. So in character, it would make sense for me not to really give a shit.
Right. So as President Bridges wraps up his lengthy, gonna work together into the future to cooperate in order to make a boat that will improve the lives of persons of color and ethnicities on campus to make a safe place where people can learn and grow and become better people into the future. Where do you guys want to disperse as he brings a close to that gathering of the interminable Midnight Society?
I mean, I think I can manage to do a 15-minute break before I go to work to get to hand Church the equipment. So
certainly, it's just on paper you took an early lunch.
Okay.
So I think at this point in time, it makes a lot of sense that Moody would ask me why the hell I wanted a flak vest and a pistol this aggressive.
Nope.
And no questions asked.
I think every person has a right to arm themselves against the threats of the world.
Look, sir, when you are surrounded in a government that is this corrupt, every man needs a firearm.
Oh yeah, I would do the same for almost any staff member who showed interest.
So as he gives me this stuff, I casually ask, you know anything about parallel dimensions?
Yeah.
What? What do you know about parallel dimensions, Mr. Baron von Moody?
there are several places under the ground, worlds separate from ours, and there's holes in various places in the world that let you access those places, or people who know how can use heavenly energies to transverse to those locations.
And could you build a machine that would channel these same energies?
I'm sure someone could.
No, not you personally, but you think a machine could be built that could actually achieve this whole, I don't even know what to call it, this traversal of dimensions or whatever the hell it is?
I mean, I've never been there, but sometimes I can see it out of the corner of my eye.
What are you talking about?
I sometimes out of my corner of my eye, I can see little peeks through to those other worlds. Little glitches in the world to happen.
And what do you see when that happens?
Like shadows and light and stuff.
Okay. Huh.
So when we get out to my trunk, and I open it up, I'm going to hand him a book that's called Zoetic Astronomy. It's like a 300. It's a copy of like a 300-year-old book on like mysticism.
You just carry that in your trunk?
It's commonly referred to as the Flat Earth Bible, actually.
Do you not carry one of those in your trunk?
I suddenly just hate myself for asking this, but at this point, I'm so desperate for answers that. And honestly, I have to think that this guy has his own arsenal in case something bad happens. So I was like, all right, what day is it in the week, RuneKnight?
It is a glorious Friday night.
So here, I'll show you a picture. This is what you end up with.
Jesus Christ!
You get a book that looks like this.
If we have visuals, we should probably share those with the stream. Oh God!
I want that book. I legitimately want this book.
I hate everything about all of you.
I'm saving this image. I'm gonna try and find this on eBay. You guys think I'm good?
Is that a stocking stuffer and you're gonna send that to church for Christmas?
Oh, I'll stuck some stockings with.
So I pull the book out of like a box that also has like pamphlets on various topics that I use to like hand out to children to teach them the lies of the world before they've been indoctrinated. And then I've got other like typical like end of the world type stuff in there, like a bug out bag. I've got like I assume it wouldn't be difficult if I'm getting him firearms to also get myself some. So I've got like a shotgun mounted in there. I
mean, you really don't want to get pulled over by the cops, but sure.
I mean, I got a carry license. I should be. I mean, I got the regular like mounting rack that like you can like security guards get in their cars and stuff.
Yeah.
The question is, I'm definitely a pro carry sword. Do I think I could get away with like either a thin bulletproof vest or a concealed firearm underneath my jacket? Would I believe that I could get away with this on a daily basis?
Would you believe? Yes. Could you in practice? Not the gun.
Not the gun, but maybe the bulletproof vest. Okay.
Yeah, the body armor, absolutely. It just makes your chest puff out a little bit, as long as you wear a shirt over it.
Sure.
And we live in a time where enough people are concerned about shooters that it's like you in fact get some attaboys, some sage nods for your willingness to take an extra step just in case.
Well, then I'll leave the handgun underneath the front seat where it normally rests. So.
Okay.
Good God.
That being said, while you guys are literally gearing up in a parking lot, can I get a couple of perception checks? For people who don't remember, is a wits composure. And while you guys roll those, I'll check in with Lenbrick and Ayrton. What are you guys up to after your meeting? Since you're not going to the parking lot to get guns.
You said wits composure? Is that what you said?
Wits composure.
Not my strong suit. All right, let's do this.
That's 5 on me.
Imagine that. People who have strong opinions do not often also have high perception ability.
All right.
I feel this is in character.
All right, I got 1.
Wait, how is the 1 even possible? You have to have a minimum of 1 in each of the stats.
No, you rolled a 10. You got 1 success.
Right, but how do you only roll 1 die?
No, I blew 5 up.
Sorry, you got explosion. Okay, there we go. All right,
Yeah.
apologies.
I got one success and at least 2 average rolls.
Okay.
But
there we go.
Yeah, you noticed.
Nope.
You think you saw the edge?
The shorthand church is somebody's got an oil leak.
Okay.
Einbrecht, Ayrton, what do you got?
Oh, we're rolling this too?
No, it's what are you guys doing while Church and Sergeant are off getting firearms under the table?
Well, I'm gonna say I'm moseying back to my classroom after being rejected by the hot receptionist I was trying to sneak away with during the school assembly.
Okay. And Einbrecht, what are you up to?
Trolling through video feeds to make sure nothing weird's going on, specifically near the clock tower.
Okay. As you are trolling the feeds, one of your fellow officers walks in and is like, hey, did you see anything?
That sounds like it comes down to a roll.
Sure. I mean, you can make the roll, but you in fact know you have not seen anything at a casual glance. And this guy obviously has something very specific that he's looking for, so I mean, you could also ask him for more information.
Yeah, but what are you looking for?
Stupid. I should probably be talking to janitorial, but we've got reports of a smell in one of the quads.
Explain smell.
I don't know, man. They weren't really clear. Like bad hot dogs. I'm thinking maybe it's like a wiring issue, but I was wondering if you had seen anything.
Not offhand, but I can look deeper into the tapes for that area and see if anything happened.
Sure. Give me a call on the radio. I'm gonna go back on patrol. So he takes a powder. Okay. And you if you want to roll now, you can do a that wouldn't be a science because it's VHS. So, I think you know how to use a videotape. So probably an int investigation or a wits investigation, whichever is the better. It looks like your wits investigation.
Wits investigation in this case.
Yeah. So you make that roll to try and spy something that stands out as wrong. Remember, you have investigative prodigy, so you will get, I believe, you get bonuses to your successes or to succeed. Stand by. No, investigative prodigy lets you get more clues when you do the long-term investigation. But I mean, you do get 9 again, so there's that. 2 successes is still good. So I will get back to what you find in a moment. So Ayrton, you're following one of the secretaries, trying to work the magic, as it were. She ain't having it, but she's also not stopping you. So the game is afoot. You follow her. You ask to help out. She's like, "I don't need your help, your kind of help, Mr. McCartney." You're like, "Oh, that hurts," and she's like, "I should hope it does." And the back and forth is going on.
Yeah, well, cat and mouse, I dig it.
Yeah, and then as you enter the quad, because she's delivering papers, and your classroom is this way. You in fact do see that you've got more than a few students standing around outside. They don't want to go in. There is this weird smell emanating from the AC. Like it's coming out through the vents. And it
Outside?
does. Well, it's inside, but the vents blow it everywhere. And
a quad is normally outside.
I thought the quad actually referred to the building that's on a quad.
Oh, okay.
My error. But basically, they don't want to go into the building where your music classroom is because there's this very strange, pungent smell. It does, in fact, smell like somebody burned some hot dogs. But it's also, like, bittersweet. Like, maybe they applied the barbecue sauce first? It doesn't smell like mesquite.
Okay. So, burnt baby Ray's out of date boiled hot dogs?
Yeah.
Is
that kind of.
Getting at?
Yeah. This is a very strange smell. You don't really like it. It's pretty sour. The secretary doesn't want to go in, but she's willing to stay with the students to keep an adult on this if you'll go in.
This is happening while he and I are like this.
Yes.
This isn't something that I can be a part of.
This is not something you can be a part of. These are two things happening on two different places.
All right.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna have to help me out.
Okay.
A bit. So after I go inside, is there something I can to like kind of try and find like the source of this smell?
Your options are a perception check or a wit survival check, because this will basically be tracking.
Okay, wits survival. What the hell is survival on this?
You're probably better with the perception.
Okay, I'll do that then. So that was wits composure?
Yeah.
Okay. Six. Okay. What does that mean?
Oh, you have no idea. You can smell it. It's awful. You actually have no idea where it's coming from, and it's gross. It's the vilest thing you've ever smelled because it's cloying. It clings to you. It's very particular. But as fate would have it, as you are standing there trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is it? A door swings as though it was improperly closed, and you kind of have a sense of a direction. You are reasonably certain it's the shop room.
Well, last time I went into something haphazardly, church got fused to somebody.
Church does get mad.
So I think I'm just not going to tell him what's going on, and I'm gonna call up Einbrack and ask him if he's heard or seen anything.
Okay. Are you just standing in the hallway having this conversation? Are you heading back outside? Or are you walking into the room?
Fuck back outside.
Cool. So, Einbrack, as you are scrolling through interminable amounts of film, just trying to find something interesting, you get a call from Mr. McCartney on essentially the red phone, the number you've given for the, hey man, something weird's going on, can I talk to you? Not the hey dude, this is work related kind of call.
I pick up. Gabe, what's going on?
Yeah, there's some sort of like weird ass smell thing coming from over by my classroom, and a door opened up just on its own, almost. It was weird. And anything weird on your end?
Joe, what is weird on my end?
While this is going on, since Ayrton decided to not tell me, and there's this horrendous smell that everyone knows about, what do I need to roll to check and see if I've already heard about it?
Well, it's not where you are. There is no smell over at the parking lot besides the vague smell of somebody's got an oil leak.
No, Joe, but I'm security. I'm sure someone might have called me.
They haven't yet. It hasn't made the rounds. Right now, it's just a weird smell. It's like I said, most people are assuming it's electronic. Maybe somebody left. Maybe there's a dead rat. Maybe somebody left a sandwich behind a bookcase. You know.
Right. Fish in the blinds.
Yeah. So, as you are talking to McCartney, and you're like, "Did I see anything?" I need you to make a resolve composure check as you see the cause of the smell.
All good times.
Oh yeah, no, good times. Good times. This is actually this is not a willpower check. This is an integrity check for a breaking point, and you will get negatives because of what you're looking at, because it's special. Well, let me tell you what your negatives are for your roll. Yeah. It's a -3. But it's non-supernatural, so small benefits. So yeah, instead of 5 dice, you have 2 dice.
All right.
Yep. Okay. So you have to choose, as you are struck by this effect, between well, first of all, you lose a dot of integrity because you were not meant to see this. And you either feel guilty, shaken, or spooked. I'm going to lean really hard towards shaken.
I would say probably shaken.
Cool. So you zoom back through the tapes into last night. Okay, when the shop teacher opens the door, turns on the lights, and brings in an unconscious body wrapped in linen. And you watch him unwrap this body, revealed to be his wife, who is leaving him. Right? He puts her into the chains that lift someone up like you're going to lift a car to get under it. Right? Or, they otherwise pulley something heavy. Right? And then spends the next... You're fast forwarding now because you can't tell how long, but you would guesstimate 4 hours melting her face with a blowtorch while she screams. I'm sorry, what was that, Church?
What was that?
Could you restate that? We didn't hear you.
What?
I thought that was you.
I didn't do anything.
Rune just said that the shop teacher was melting his wife's face with a blowtorch for 5 hours, and you said to your kid, "It's okay, baby, it'll dry." Like,
yes, but I was on mute to the YouTube channel, so they didn't know that. So
good. That's good.
That's the greatest. That was the greatest blunder I've ever heard.
So it is as you are seeing this, you have a very narrow window to tell Ayrton, which is why Ayrton gets to roll initiative instead of just get jumped.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Higher. You are rolling a 1d10 and you are adding your initiative mod to it.
Where is that?
Second.
What's my initiative?
Just give me a second.
Okay.
I'm moving through book. There you go. Your initiative is... Your initiative mod is 5. So you roll a d10, you add 5 to the result.
So at 6?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
you roll a d10. You roll a 5 and you roll a d10, you add 5. So whatever your result is, you can be as high as 15.
Wait. Hold on, I'm lost.
You roll a d10 and then you add 5 to whatever your result is.
Oh. Okay.
Jackass. What'd you get for not calling me?
He's strong in the power of math.
Okay, like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you got a 9. Not your day. So now we will see how bad this is. But hey, welcome back to the Gospel of Darkness, kids.
Ayrton just died, didn't it?
Maybe.
What?
Not yet, but maybe. No, this will work. Yeah, because this is horrible enough. Yes, for those paying attention, I did in fact just say, this is horrible enough. What is your defense, Ayrton? This is also on your sheet. I do not believe you have any armor. Yeah, your defense is 4. It's the sum of your athletics plus the lower of your dex or wits. So dex 2, athletics 2 is a defense of 4. That's actually not that bad.
Okay.
So, in fact, if I don't miss my guess, this might be the first actual combat we've had in the game?
No, we had a combat where I beat the shit out of Small Kick. I just beat him into submission.
No, Small Kick was a punching bag. This is an actual fight.
Yeah, but I beat him into submission. Like that was the whole point.
Cool. So you, by the way, at one point you were still on the phone with Einbricht. He will hear all of this.
Okay.
So you're standing there on the phone. Einbricht, what do you say to Ayrton in the second before things go live?
It depends on what I'm seeing.
You are watching the teacher melt his wife's face with a blowtorch.
That doesn't tell me what's about to happen to Ayrton, though.
No. You can't see that.
Yeah, you're watching past video.
You're reacting to the video.
Yeah, I just tell him that I'm calling for backup because the shopkeeper is fucking murdering his wife on the footage from 4 hours ago.
Right, so Ayrton, you turn around towards the shop room as the shop teacher, wearing a tool belt full of tools, okay, and homemade body armor, like driven plates, and a welder's mask, comes out of the shop room like a caveman with this monstrous noise as he drives a fucking homemade spear through your hip for 6 damage and lifts you into the sky like a hooked fish. Feel free to scream.
Okay. Not cool, bro.
No, not cool. Not in your list of things you wanted to experience. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so you have 8 health levels, and you just took 6 lethal. Which, if your sheet were printed off, you would cross off as one-way slash marks. You are in fact already very close to dead.
Okay.
Or actually, these would be X's. You put little X's in here, which you can. The sheet will do that. So
whatever. I marked them on maybe.
So do you in fact scream when you are filleted?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Sweet. So Einbrich, you can hear McCartney screaming on the phone.
Lovely. I've already been called for backup, and I'm headed in that direction now.
Okay, so McCartney.
Yeah, sound more disinterested while I'm screaming in pain after being
dead. Once you are perforated, he doesn't put you down. He carries you on the spear, again, like a fish, one-handed, into the room where his wife is still hanging, and she is very dead, and she is still cooking, and you realize that the horrible smell that everyone's been talking about is the smell of the wife perforating through the AC, and he's carrying you to the workbench.
I honestly would have expected you to describe the smell as smelling like barbecue.
He did.
I mean, it does. It does.
He did. He described it as smelling like hot dog covered in barbecue sauce.
So with that in mind, Ayrton, I need you to roll your own integrity check with a -3 because holy shit. And
what am I rolling?
You are rolling your integrity, which is your resolve composure. Okay.
So 2 then with -3.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are horrifying things beyond the pale. Most people will fail these checks. No, you lose a dot of integrity, and you are either shaken, spooked, or feel guilty. Which, admittedly, it could be any of these things. You could feel guilty for the fact that you're going to die having been kind of a shit to women over many years.
No, I don't feel guilty about that. I'm going to go... what was it? Shocked, guilty, or what?
Shaken, spooked, or guilty. Probably shaken.
Yeah, I'm going to go with shaken.
Yeah. Shaken and stirred.
Now,
I mean, you are not incapable. You do have actions.
Okay.
It's just, fair warning. If you attempt to remove the spear, you may hurt yourself more.
Yeah, no, that's not what I was going to attempt. Is there something I can roll with my persuasion skill?
I'm gonna jump in here. The motherfucker just burned his wife's face off and is carrying you towards a workbench impaired on a spear. Do you really think you're going to negotiate your way out of this? You dumb motherfucker. This is what you get when you don't call me.
I have to ask, how many horror movies have you seen where people decide to talk to the crazy man?
Yes, but they're not psychic vampires like I am.
Yeah, right.
That's not what it's... Yeah, go ahead.
You're asking something to do with your psychic vampirism that may age you. That is a different matter.
Okay.
You have...
I don't know.
Breath Stealer, so you can do it with Nocturnal Supremacy twice. And you have Psychic Vampirism 1. So let's see what that all adds up to.
So let's say I want to try and actually use my power to steal people's energy and will at its fullest for the first time. What would I
do? So here's what you can do. Okay. You can use a roll of Int, Occult, Psychic Vampirism, plus specialties, minus the target's resolve. Okay. Successes determine the effect, which at this time you can only do level 1. Right? What it'll do is you will inflict bashing damage equal to your successes. Every 2 points of bashing gives you 1 ephemera, which is like the energy of life that you feed on.
Okay.
And then you can spend 1 ephemera to heal 1 bashing, or 2 ephemera to heal 1 lethal. So you can use energy stolen from this guy to heal yourself. Now you also have Nocturnal Supremacy 2 and Nocturnal Supremacy 3. Okay. Basically, you picked up special abilities to utilize, but they only apply at night, right? So you currently do not gain the benefits you would otherwise have. You are in fact operating at weakness. You feel like a vampire scurrying around during the day. You really wish you were not.
All right, I'm gonna go with that first thing.
Yeah. So you want to roll your int occult plus your 1 dot of psychic vampirism, but before you do, give me a second. Let me
okay. What's the int?
Your target's resolve is 3. So you're rolling 8 dice minus 3.
So 5.
Yeah. If you want to spend a willpower, which I would strongly advise, now is a good time.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, that gets you an extra 3.
An extra 3?
Yeah, it offsets the negatives you're taking.
Okay, so 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I see 2 successes. So you inflict 2 bashing, which generates, as we just discussed, but let me make sure I got this right, because we don't use this power very often, generates 1 ephemera. So you can either heal 1 bashing, you currently have no bashing, or you can hold on to it to maybe heal some lethal later.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So here's the thing. The guy drops you. I mean, you still have a spear in you, but he drops you. Because you basically give him the angry eyes, and he gets the psychic equivalent of a slap on his face, on his uncovered face under the welding mask.
What, like those Russian slap fighter type slaps?
It's a pretty solid slap. It's 2 bashing. It's not a little poke. It's a whap.
Okay.
The thing is
like a pimp hand. A psychic
the thing is, yeah, you give him psychic pimp hand. The thing is, he grabs the sides of his head, is howling. It's muffled, but he's like screaming behind the mask, and you watch him begin bashing his fucking head into the wall. It's not a "I'm in pain" response. It's a "I angry" response. You realize as you lay on the concrete floor, a pool of blood growing under you, that you are basically in a shop room surrounded by weapons with the Hulk.
I'd like to interject here and ask: was that part of the backup that got called, Einbrecht?
Would be yes.
All right. Well, I forego putting the gun and the vest in my car and start heading directly towards this area. How long does it take me to get there while all this is going on?
Oh, it's going to take a hot minute unless you
I have a question. Would I have overheard whatever call he just received?
Yes, you would have heard some sort of coded message on his shoulder mic, or his belt walkie. But either way, it's going to be, you would need to make a dex or strength athletics, basically for going all out. If you're going to haul ass.
Okay, I got this actually.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just kind of trucking.
That's 6, though. So.
Okay.
That's yeah, that's a success on 1.
Okay. Are you going to follow the security guy who is taking off like a shot, Mr. Sergeant?
I mean, it sounded like there was something crazy going on, and you never know when the enemy might show up. So I'm gonna grab my handgun out of my car and tuck it, under my jacket so that it's not completely exposed, and I will chase after him.
Okay. As you guys leave the parking lot, give me another perception check.
You also need to roll athletics or no?
If you're going to keep up with church, you do. Otherwise, it takes like a solid 5 minutes to get across campus.
What's the athletics? What's the athletics check I need to make?
It's strength or dex plus athletics, depending on if you are just fast or if you are using strength to kind of oversteer.
I mean, they're the same stat both for me, so it's
yeah. Okay. So is this roll your perception there, Church?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the 3 successes.
Yeah.
So 2 for my running, and then for my perception.
Yeah, you don't keep up with me, but you see some shit.
Wow. Keep going.
You see a lot of shit. Keep rolling.
Okay. Finally reached the
end. Sir, you have attained exceptional success. Have a nice day.
Moody, how many dimples are on the asphalt that we're currently running on?
So here's the thing. Church starts to take off running. You are about to follow him when you stop because you smell that oil smell. Except you know that's not right. Because if there's an oil slick, it's like, it's a little oil, right? No, this is gas. This is gasoline. Right? Mm-hmm. You're like, why is there the smell of gasoline? And you look down, and you see that the concrete is wet. Now, it rains semi-regularly out here, but this is a nice sunshiny afternoon. And the concrete is wet. And so
does it seem like it's pooling from a certain direction, or is like the whole concrete wet?
It's kind of like somebody went car to car and maybe went to town with a hose or pulled some caps on some vehicles while no one was looking.
Hey, Church, what's your character's last name?
It is in fact Mr. Church.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Church! I'll call out as he's pacing out ahead of me.
I'll stop and what?
The whole parking lot is covered in gas.
I suggest you get off of it then.
All right, well then I'll just chase after him. If he's not considered a security guard, I don't see why I should be.
Education at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, you know what? I'll catch him within a bit. I'm going to move my car to a safe spot first.
I'm not sticking around that long. The whole thing could go up in flames when you turn your ignition over, dude. Go ahead.
I'll take that risk.
This is a calculated risk, but goddammit, I'm bad at math.
Yeah, I'll show up a few minutes behind Church. I'll take the opportunity to move my car out of the parking lot onto the curb real quick.
Okay. So as you jump in your car, are you paranoid enough, since Church said so, to check and see if someone has fiddled with your console?
Am I paranoid enough? Yeah, I'm definitely paranoid.
Okay.
I don't know that I'd actually recognize what it looks like, so this may be moot. But
well, the question is, how clear a search of vehicle are you going to do? Are you going to get out and look under it? Are you going to check the gas tank?
He just got the best perception check anyone's ever done.
Oh,
I think you should just roll that over into his examination of his vehicle, because he's got the fucking Matrix eye going on.
Because you are well aware of this gas, so you will in fact get under your car. You don't actually roll under. You're really kind of iffy about putting your knees in gasoline.
Sure.
Right? But you get down and you look under, and there is a improvised device of unknown origin on the underside of your vehicle. It's a wooden box with duct tape on it.
I'll just kind of roll to the other side because I assume there's multiple cars in this parking lot. Is there one underneath the cart on the other side of where I'm laying as well, like the next car over?
There is one on every car.
Does it look like something I'm capable of detaching? Do I even know what I'm looking at?
Do you have crafts?
I have 1 dot.
Do you have science?
I also have 1 dot. In other words, let's be clear here. I am an expert in these topics. I know more than professional scientists.
Church, we're gonna die.
You're already dead as far as I'm concerned. I've already written you off. I just want to show up in time to shoot it and be the hero.
I have enough expertise in all of these topics to be able to see through all the lies that scientists have been feeding us.
I have not dug deep into your sheet yet, but I'm going to ask: do you have encyclopedic knowledge?
No.
Okay, so you don't even watch enough Jeopardy to know a little bit of everything.
No.
Right. So give me.
I have a YouTube education, sir.
Moody, how are you simultaneously the most helpful and the most useless player we have in this game?
So
experience.
Give me a wits, crafts, or a wits science to identify what you're looking at.
Let's be clear. No matter which of those two I choose from, my roll will be a 2. I also have only 1 wit.
Sweet.
Well, roll 2d10. Super genius.
Expertise. Like that.
Right. You have seen enough movies to recognize an improvised explosive device.
Mm-hmm.
The obvious answer is to roll your Dex plus Larceny to remove the box and cut a wire. And you can guess which wire.
Oh shit!
Somehow, you in fact, you were able to remove the improvised device without setting it off.
Of course, this was a guaranteed thing that was going to happen. I'm an expert in something.
By the way, I want to amend one.
He watched Demolition Man last weekend.
I want to amend one
Get
statement.
off my plane.
There is one vehicle that does not have an improvised explosive on it.
I swear to God, if you kill Cool Rides, we're not friends anymore.
It is in fact Professor McCartney's party van does not have an explosive on it.
Well, that at least lets me know who's responsible.
As far as you know.
Seems reasonable.
Bomber wouldn't bomb his own vehicle, duh.
Exactly. So you now
There's
are holding.
Spear in my goddamn hip.
So you are now holding an improvised munitions that appears to be connected to the electrical system of your car, meaning that if you had just turned the key, the electrical impulse from the starter would have gone through to the engine, set this off, and blown your gas tank. Now, your gas tank was drained if you are like the rest of these cars, so you wouldn't think that would be very damaging, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's gas fumes everywhere, including gathered under your car. It would have set off the gasoline, which would have turned the entire parking lot into an inferno. Which means anyone who was in a car would be stuck in a car surrounded by fire, screaming and dying slowly.
Okay. Well, the answer to this is very clear.
With this knowledge, you must now, if you choose to, attempt to disarm the device.
Is there like a rain gutter or anything like that nearby?
Like a gutter for where fluid flows?
You know, like when rain will go down like a storm
drain,
like underneath like roads. There'll be like those like little pipes that will funnel water through. I'm gonna toss it in one of those. But that takes care of the problem, I feel.
Excellent. You're just gonna wrench it out of your car and toss it.
Everything's going to be on fire.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, they'll find that thing later when they check the pipes. They're totally looking for for explosives down there. You're good. It's good.
Oh wait, sorry. Before I throw it, I'm of course paranoid. I'm gonna open my trunk and pull out a rag and wipe my own prints off, and use the rag to pitch it down there.
And make him roll to see if it blows up in his hands.
No. He rolled such an amazing perception check that he's like, okay, and we unplug. It's a very simple explosive. It is not a Kaczynski.
I got two successes to take it off my car, so
yeah.
It's so just, clearly,
yet again, the responsible nature of educators on display. Good job.
And so with there being gasoline all over the parking lot that, as you said, came from my gas tank, this makes what the next step is very obvious to me. I open up my trunk where I keep my emergency supplies. I get my backup gas canister to fill up my tank. I get a gallon of water, splash it in my car to clear the gas off, and I move my car, and I don't give a fuck about anyone else's.
Yet again, you watched Demolition Man this weekend, not Die Hard 3. So you didn't have the conversation about a kid could find it.
Look, it's important that my car survives. My car has, survival gear. That's good enough for everyone else.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good.
I hate all of you.
This is a horror game, ladies and gentlemen.
What did I do?
Because remember, human beings are the real monsters.
You didn't call me to shoot the thing.
So, with that in mind, Ayrton,
remember the tribe of Novel Bros chosen people. That's what you did, Ayrton.
So Ayrton, you are lying on the floor in a pool of growing blood. Are you going to lie there, or are you going to attempt to crawl?
So, that elixir shit, did I leave that in the van, or am I still carrying that around with me because I'm a junkie?
I don't know. Do you carry that shit around?
I feel like I probably do.
Sure, then I do not have a problem with you carrying bottled essence.
Okay. This is gonna blow up in my face, and Church is gonna hate me. But I'm gonna
drink it.
A huge drink of this elixir.
Okay.
Everything's going poorly. I'm gonna get drunk.
So you take a huge swig of the essence,
Irish.
And it doesn't actually make you physically better, but it does in fact numb the pain. So you're
still just laying there in danger, like a dumbass,
laying there in a pool of blood with a spear through you. But it don't hurt so much. I
want you to know you deserve every bit of what's about to happen to you.
Okay, so now that my pain subsided, is there something I can roll with like a more clear head now that I can think properly since I'm not in as much pain?
Give me a perception check. You have a narrow window of action as the shop teacher has stopped smashing his head against the wall. He's taking a deep, cleansing breath. And
he's about to go into the fucking downward dog and fuck you up.
That's wit and composure, right?
Yes, and he's reaching for the snipping pliers.
I don't like that. Am I still rolling that perception check?
Yes. I'm just letting you know that while you're looking around in desperation, someone else is doing things. Hey, you got a 10. Keep going. Sweet. So you look around this room, and again, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You are in a room full of weapons. If you're creative, it's a shop room. There's chains, there's knives, there's tools, there's hammer, there's, things for detailing, There's fire.
Which hip did he stab me in, the left or the right?
Left hip. It feels like he didn't hit anything vital, which is why you're still awake and somewhat mobile. But he fucking left it in. Like, you could feel it on both sides of you dragging on the floor. It's pretty awful.
Okay. So, what's immediately to my right, then? What do I see?
Immediately to your right, you see a row of awls. The sharp, rounded handle implements for perforating leather and digging holes or posts into wood. You see some screwdrivers. You see a bucket of screws and washers and bits. You see a couple of fine saws. Not saws like you could, say, cut his arm off. These are like the little tiny fine work saws that, maybe if you jab somebody with them really hard, it would hurt.
A scroll saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to... and tell me if I have to roll something for this. I'm going to chuck the... I'm going to chuck all the screws in the bucket on the ground between me and him and grab one of the saws to defend myself with, hoping the screws stab into his feet, slow him down.
Okay, so your goal is to
just slow him down.
Yeah, to create an obstruction.
Yeah.
Well, since it's a throw, and we're not so much asking the question, can you throw? Because of course you can, but quality of throw. That is a strength plus athletics to chuck things.
Okay. How's my strength stat? Oh, okay. So 5?
Yep. And you're not aiming at him, so you're not countered by his defense or anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask people, give me a second while I grab a book off my shelf, because Adobe wants to be a piece of shit, but I own this book, so I don't need their bullshit. I will use real text. Fuck them.
Yes, Adobe, the most useless high-end product on the market. That's why I use Foxit Reader. Fuck Adobe.
This game is weird as fuck, by
the way. You knew that going into it?
No, I wasn't told anything. All I was told was, hey, we're doing this thing, and you have to do it, or you don't get not paid.
Yeah, that's my usual threat. I will continue to not pay you if you don't do things. Or do
And
them.
I'm back. And I'm back. How we doing?
The comment was made that this game is weird as fuck.
Yes. It can be. So you attempt to spill nuts and washes and shit all over, make a McAllister trap, like some kind of Macaulay Culkin. It's not very effective.
Fuck yeah. Damn
it. He looks at you.
He's probably wearing boots because he's a shop teacher. I'm just gonna go there.
You look at he looks at you, and you can't see his face through the welding mask. You can't see his eyes. It's just a impersonal square block of glass. But because he's been smashing his face against the wall, it has a crack in it now, and that crack seems to give more personality. literally reflecting the just somebody is fucked in the head, mindset of the shop teacher, who is staring at you with something between unbridled fury and cold mechanical impersonalness. There's nobody there.
Real quick, was I successful in grabbing one of those saws?
Oh yeah, you have it. You have a saw.
Check.
You have a saw, and he's standing there with these little nippers that you could like cut off somebody's finger.
Yeah.
And he drops it. He drops the nippers, and you feel kind of good about yourself for a minute. It's like, hey, he dropped it. And then he reaches over and lifts off of the shelf the chainsaw.
Great. It's fucking Hulk crossed with Doom guy.
And he's taking his action, so you have a narrow window, to get the chainsaw started. So as you are lying there holding these little tiny fucking saws, you can just hear it.
Okay. How long is the haft of the makeshift spear?
It is about as tall as a human being. So
if you're about to try and pull that thing out, I swear to God.
Yeah. With about an extra meter of length, because it was tall. Okay, so you basically dangle over him.
3 meters?
Yeah.
That's 9 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's an average spear.
No. Anyways. Okay. And the elixir shit's still working at keeping the pain away?
I mean, you're in pain.
Well, yeah.
Whether it's the alcohol or the adrenaline, you just don't give a shit right now.
I'm running through what the physical sensations happening.
Okay.
And now, what's his proximity? What's his proximity? Is he turned like profile to me?
No, he's facing you foot to foot. You're lying on the floor. There's like maybe 10 feet between the two of you. He's gonna get you in like 3 steps.
Okay. Well, you said he turned to grab the chainsaw, so I wasn't sure if he was still like.
Well, he was grabbing something, and when you threw the nuts and bolts and shit in his direction, he basically rotated in your direction, and just had to reach over to the left.
How far away am I?
Well, that's the thing is, I need to know what Ayrton's doing at this exact moment. What is your response to? Oh shit, he has a chainsaw.
So I'm. Church is gonna hate me so much for this one. So I am going to. I'm going to
just do it
to stabilize the bit of the spear path that is sticking out of me, and use it to at least try and parry away the chainsaw blade coming down at me for a second or 2.
Sure, I'm down with this. So you need to make a strength plus weaponry roll.
Okay, so strength plus.
Right.
Plus weaponry?
Yeah.
I have no weaponry, so 3.
Again, No, that's the weapon, which will do things. He needs a.
Oh, he doesn't have weaponry. Okay.
For melee.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to do melee. So with that in mind, his defense is 3.
So I'm rolling a 1.
Right, you're rolling a chance die unless you want to spend willpower.
Fuck it, I'll spend a willpower.
What willpower is for?
So I would be rolling 5d10?
Yep.
Okay.
And I see no successes. Or is it?
That was my last roll.
Exclamation point R. Gotta do the app. It's all good. Hey, I see a 10.
Sweet.
What the Jesus Lord? Well, you rolled 2 10s. Keep going, Joe.
What the fuck?
And that's the end of Ayrton.
Okay. So, what a wonderful day we're having. What a beautiful day.
Again,
so,
I was only trying to fend him off for a minute, hoping somebody shows up.
Right. You were attempting to parry him. So it was a contest of weaponry checks to see if you would basically interpose your perforated spear between you and the chainsaw. It did not go as you expected. So, Church, Einbrecht, you come charging up. You have 2 more security people with you, who have also just arrived. Do you stop to describe the situation, or do you continue charging forward directly into danger? Einbrecht, are you there with him?
I'm going straight in. Ayrton's in peril.
Yeah, and of course, Moody, you were able to catch up. You are a little bit behind. I wouldn't necessarily say you're wounded, but you're like, oh man, this action stuff's kind of hard.
I'm gonna take my little nasal inhaler and inhale some colloidal silver on my way.
Right. Yeah, take some super male vitality.
Here. So I even photoshopped you up a picture of what this looks like.
So, as you guys are running down the hall, seconds away, you hear the most horrifying, blood-curdling scream and a very loud
That's Ayrton's leg.
Well, as you throw open the door to see what the fuck's going on, it is not, in fact, his leg. Ayrton might wish it was Ayrton's leg.
Oh.
No.
The shop teacher, covered in blood, Ayrton's blood, is standing there. And in one hand, he has the chainsaw, as Ayrton lies on the ground with a spear through him. In the other, he's holding Ayrton's arm by the shoulder. And there's a pause, just a second of mute horror.
At least it wasn't my cock.
There's this horrifying moment of just, you can't believe it what you're looking at. As the shop teacher lifts up the arm as if saluting and waves it like, hello.
Fuck, I draw me to shoot it. I'm on the hair trigger as it is.
Oh no, I'm shooting first. Don't get it twisted.
Right. I will forego initiatives to call this obviously a surprise round, as you have shown up and he just attacked.
Church, I'm going to go ahead and say that everyone who just ran in probably all draws firearms and fires. It's going to be like a firing squad going on right now.
Oh no, I'm the only one that knows some bad shit is going on. Well, Einbrecht does too, but he's about as interested as, you know.
Well, I mean, Moody, you haven't seen the totality of it, but this is the first time you've ever seen someone de-limbed.
This is fair.
This is
anyway,
pretty bad.
I mean, in all fairness,
what do I need to roll? What do I need to roll to shoot this thing?
Well, everyone who is shooting needs to roll Dex plus firearms.
I swear to God, if Moody misses and shoots me in the head by accident, I'm going to be so pissed.
He can't do that unless he's at a chance die. You're fine. The guy's defense doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm rolling with a willpower check, so 3 more. Yeah. 1 success out of 7. Jesus Christ.
Well, the way that weapons work is
is that before you subtracted his defense?
You don't subtract defense for firearms.
Oh,
That's the advantage of firearms. What it is, the way weapons work is you roll the basic damage or you roll the basic attack, and then you add a modifier from the weapon as just direct damage. So your success is plus damage.
So 1 plus, and what's my damage?
Which means that in fact, fucking Adobe will stop bitching with me. So stop telling me there was an error with the page and just put the fucking page.
That's a 9 and a 10.
So we roll the 10. That's an 8. That's 2 8s, a 9, and a 10. So that's 4 successes. Roll the 10 again.
Nah, that's not so much a success.
Yeah, but that's still 4 plus whatever your damage is.
Stun gun does 1.
Can Moody just not? Can he just have blanks in his gun?
No.
You wish.
No, it's R, not roll.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. Damage. That's 2. Okay. So what is everybody rolling? Is the question. Like what is your weapon of choice?
Mine's a heavy revolver.
Okay. So Church, you got 1 success plus 2, so that's 3 damage. Yeah.
Moody got 4 successes so far. Rolling 1 more.
Well, is he also using a heavy?
Light pistol. Light pistol.
Light pistol. Okay, light pistol's a plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 plus 1. That's 5. That's 8 total.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also spent a willpower for my roll as well. So
then
Einbrecht, what do you? What is your weapon of choice?
Stun.
I believe I have a stun gun.
Okay.
Damn it!
Hey, stun gun matters.
I didn't shoot you. See, I can do it.
So that's 5, 5, and 3. 13.
Stun gun is 1 damage and has the stun tag. So the successes aren't damage. It's in fact your successes are against his size. If you overwhelm his size, he is stunned. So you got
he got 4 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 successes. Size is effectively 2 less for stun weapons, so you did in fact stun him. So here's the good news: he is boxed. Okay, which means that his action he would otherwise take for the round is prevented. He can't respond until next turn because he has to use that turn to get stable. The thing is, you guys kick in the door. You see this horror. He waves the hand at you. You don't even wait. You don't even give the order. You just pull your sidearms and start shooting. Blam, 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 blam. Children scream and run in all fucking directions because they can hear gunshots on campus. Right?
Question: what did the other guard do? Because there was 2 guards, wasn't there?
Oh, they are also shooting. They are,
okay.
But they're using more stun guns.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here's the thing. This guy stands there and just takes it. You watch his body shake back and forth like a dummy from Paul Verhoeven's RoboCop, right? And when you hear your guns click, and you've emptied the round, right? The cylinder just done, right?
Mm-hmm.
He breathes out and stands still. Bleeding holes, giant chunks of things. This guy should be stone dead. And yet, as his muscles relax, you just hear grinding metal. And he's still standing there. He can't move, but he's standing there. Now
do we roll for initiative?
You can, in fact, roll to join the initiative. Church, I also need you to roll a, I want to say, what's it called?
Is it just a 1d10 plus initiative mod?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you need?
I'm looking at your sheet here real quick. Oh, God damn it, Adobe, you piece of fucking shit. I just want to look at a character sheet. It ain't fucking rocketry. Yeah, I'm gonna say int occult. Moody.
I thought you said me.
Or not Moody, Church, sorry. Into Cult Church.
That'd just be 2.
I was like, if you demand me to, I will.
Yeah, no.
Okay, 1 success.
Okay.
Where's my initiative? Oh, there it is, 6. Okay, so...
as he basically breathes
my initiative
out,
is 7.
As he basically breathes out and still stands there, you have a sinking sensation in your stomach, Church.
Yeah.
You don't know what's wrong with him. You don't know what his deal is, but you recognize your own. He is modified.
Malfunctioning. Okay. Alright. I rolled a 7 in initiative, by the way.
Yeah. So, let me add that up real quick.
Moody, Einbrecht, you guys want to...
That being said, Ayrton, you are unconscious and bleeding out, but you are not dead.
Well, I guess that's good.
You could be saved. They might even be able to put your arm back on. I don't know if you'll tap dance again. I don't know if you'll play piano. You got a 12 for initiative, Moody?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have forgotten how to roll initiative. Jesus.
Yeah. 1d10 plus your init mod, Einbrecht.
Thank you.
I mean, Ayrton, if you live, people will regard you as a hero. You went toe-to-toe with a crazy man.
You're going to be on the nightly news for sure.
Oh, yeah. For all the good or bad or indifferent that might lead to.
I mean, if there's a hot anchor.
No, 14's not terrible. I'll take that.
That puts you above me.
Okay. So, start of the new round. The shop teacher is stunned. Somehow he is, in fact, immobile despite still being standing. Like blood is running freely from him. He's almost like he's steaming from within. But he's not falling down. So, Einbrecht, you're up first. Your stun gun seems to have stopped him, but the prongs are in him. There's only one shot on this thing. Feel woefully inadequate.
There's not much else I can do at that point. Do I have a baton or anything?
You do. You totally have a baton for smacking. If you want to get, toe-to-toe with this dude.
Not particularly, but it's not like I have another option.
I mean, Ayrton's on the floor, man.
I mean, can I actually help him? Because I don't think I have medical training, do I?
At the very least, you could grab him and pull him out of the line of fire.
Fuck it, I'll do that.
And that was going to be my action if he wasn't doing it, so yeah.
I'd rather Einbrecht do it.
It's fine. I'm okay with it.
Well, the next question is do you order the other guards to help you with this? Because they also have little fucking stun sticks and are like, nah.
Yeah, I get at least one of them to come help. It's like, dude, over here.
Do you specifically tell someone not to forget the arm?
The maniac's holding the arm, so there's not much we can do.
He's not holding now. He got shot up. He fucking dropped that thing.
Yeah, grab the arm, get it on ice.
Okay, cool. All right, that brings us to 12, which is Moody. Mr. Sergeant, you just unloaded a grievous amount of firepower into a man who did not fall down.
Mm-hmm. So, I know this is immediately going to make Ayrton shudder in what's about to occur, but I'm going to tear my shirt off and try to bind off his bleeding. Tourniquet as much of it as I can.
Okay. I mean, do you have the medicine skill?
I have a dot of it.
Hey, considering it's a mental skill, and mental skills are -3 if you're untrained, having that dot is fucking important. Do you have a specialty in first aid?
I did not write any specialties on my sheet at all.
Would you like to stealth sneak in a specialty for first aid now?
You know what? I'll do that.
I think he would. I think he fucking would.
Okay, so give me a wits medicine with specialty. Feel free to use willpower if you have any.
Wits not intelligence?
I mean, intelligence would be if you were actually doing this in a controlled conditions.
Okay.
You're in a combat condition surrounded by fuck crazy.
That's fair. I'll burn a second willpower for this. I got a lot of willpower to work with,
yeah.
So.
But to attempt to tourniquet Ayrton together.
Additionally, hold a second. Let me check something. I am going to burn a point of memory to make to add the rote quality to this check. I actually don't remember what that does.
Shit.
No, I want you to remember everything as far as medical training goes.
No. Rote is important. Rote is a mechanical effect.
A memory is a spendable pool I have for my character. I have a pool of what are called memory dots. Yeah,
he's got some weirdness.
I'm recalling my brainwashing that made me this way.
Shit. What I want to say is, rote lets you re-roll your failed dice once.
Okay.
I because Adobe's being shit, I can't just pull up the rote section of the core book without getting the hard copy and going to flip through fucking pages. So, we'll do the best we can.
Sure.
But basically, yeah, you get to roll twice, keep all the successes, and that includes any 10s exploding. They do explode.
So I'll re-roll 3 of the dice. Is that right?
Yep.
I keep wanting to type the whole word. That's 5 successes. Oh, 4 successes.
Yeah, 4 successes is solid. He is tourniquet. Now, mind you, he still needs a hospital. He absolutely needs a doctor real time, but he's not gonna die on you right now.
You haven't immediately died in my hands.
This is true. So Ayrton.
Ayrton passed out.
Yeah, that's what I say. There was a moment of unconsciousness, and then you feel yourself coming around as something is tightening around your chest. You really don't feel good. Do you open your eyes? Ayrton is muted. Maybe Ayrton is busily drinking away the pain. There we are. Ayrton, do you're starting to come around. Do you open your eyes?
Barely.
Okay. There's something laying on your chest.
Yeah, I currently have my head laid down his chest, actually.
Yeah.
Can you not?
But no, there is something else on your chest.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, it looks real familiar. Ayrton, I need you to make an integrity check. I need you to roll your resolve. I need you to roll your resolve and composure -3 because you're looking at your own arm.
Okay.
Not connected to you, which is not how that's supposed to be. You're still here on the floor. You're still in this room.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Yeah. I will you get to lose another dot of integrity, and I will deal with the condition you get later. As basically you can't take shaken twice, so I'm going to rule that it exacerbates.
Okay.
You're gonna need some therapy, Ayrton. You're gonna need some therapy after this. So Church, you're standing in the room holding your firearm eye to eye with the shop teacher, who did not have the dignity to fall down and die when you told him to.
Well, we all know how much I like flashback humor, so I've calculated the odds of my next move, and I'm just really bad at math. So, I'm going to holster my weapon, and I'm gonna wrestle this fucker and see if I can't get the chainsaw away from him.
Okay. I mean, he's stunned. He can't attack in return, but he still gets his defense.
I've got a skill. I've got a skill.
So A plus B equals fuck you.
I've got I've got a square and brawl with 3 dots and grappling. Right. Then I have a merit in grappling with 3 dots.
Right. Basically, you can grapple the guy and take various maneuvers to throw him to the fucking ground.
I'm trying to take the chainsaw from him.
Yeah, disarm is one of those things you should be able to do. Okay. The real trick is that because you have that square, that is one of your focus skills. Mm-hmm. So you probably, if I can get your sheet open, you probably have 9 again on this, which means you are very good. You're finally getting to use some of that shit that you had in your back pocket for multiple games.
I have 3 in athletics, 3 in brawl, and 3 in grappling, and 3 in strength and dex.
Now the important point is do you want to activate your strength augmentation?
Why, yes, I do. It seems like this is a good time to do that.
Why, yes, it does.
So what do I roll?
I'm putting that together now. Currently, Adobe is behaving for just a moment. Okay, so here's how this works. Okay, you already have enhanced strength.
Yeah.
But when you feel that shit is on the line, you may take a point of lethal damage, right? Basically, to overclock your implants.
Okay.
For additional strength, so you can add 1 dot of strength to your strength for the scene, for the combat.
Okay.
Okay. Is that something you want to do?
What does lethal damage mean?
Lethal damage means that, in this case, you're taking a very small amount of damage, but any further bashing you receive will be lethal, right? And it's an actual damage. It's like severe damage in a human sense. So it's the equivalent of stabbing yourself, basically.
Yeah. If you're punched, it's bashing, but if you're stabbed, it's lethal. Kind of give you a difference there.
Okay.
In this would manifest mechanically as like you get a serious nosebleed as you're basically tearing your muscles to fuck this guy up harder.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. I figured you might, but informed consent. So you said you had grapple 3?
Yeah. I've got 5 willpower. I'll go ahead and burn 1 more of those too.
I would. Basically add up all your bonuses and then remove 3 for his defense.
So what am I adding up?
Okay. It is your strength,
which is
plus
now
your
4.
melee, or plus your brawl, rather.
Okay, which is 7.
Right. Plus 1 for your specialty in grappling.
8.
Okay. You used your strength augment, so you have an additional strength, so you're actually at 9.
I've already counted that, so we're at 8.
Okay. And then did you add your willpower, which is plus 3?
Yeah, so that's 11.
Okay, minus 3.
So 10. Or no, so 8.
Yeah.
Man, you are bad at math.
8 dice, and he can't resist you, and you have 9 again.
I'm 2 successes. No, nothing spectacular. 1. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, the number of successes is unimportant. Only that you have successes. So basically, you grab this guy and you do a joint manipulation to make him drop the chainsaw. You basically grab him by the wrist, grab him by the elbow, and you're using your enhanced strength to force his arm into the position you like. Mm-hmm. The thing is that as you do it, though, no one is necessarily going to be able to explain it, there is this horrifying sound of twisting metal, like you are bending a steel pipe.
Yeah.
Okay. His bones feel like your bones.
Right.
Settle down there, Cessna Lee.
He drops the chainsaw. You force him to his knees. He is still not dead, but he is also going slack, as though you had basically, with that one action, beaten him into something resembling submission. What is your intended action from here on out? Because the security is trucking off Ayrton with Einbrechts.
Technically, in order to not get charged with murder, I have to put him in handcuffs here.
This is true. Technically, you have to bring him in.
Like, as much as I want to grab the chainsaw and cut his head off, the right move here is to put handcuffs on him.
I'm just saying it is also technically true that if these guys leave the room to take Ayrton somewhere else and you happen to be alone with the subject, anything could happen. So, it's up to you.
But I don't need that kind of... I don't need that kind of heat on me because I've already small kicked somebody.
You don't need to small kick again.
Well, I kind of would like to, but it doesn't seem like the right thing to do because I'll have to explain this one. No one suspects me for the other one yet.
So you take him into custody. You slap the cuffs on him.
I get one of the guards just not getting Ayrton to the hospital. I basically start barking orders at this point. Get Ayrton to the hospital. That's Einbrecht and one of the guards.
The question is, do you perp walk him, or are you just going to hold him in position until more people arrive to carry him?
No, I've got a knee in his back until more people show up. I keep Moody with me and one of the other guards, but we call for backup so we can carry this guy out in fetters.
It takes a staggering 8 people to lift this fucker.
Okay, yeah.
He was already a big guy, kind of Kane Hodder size, right? But this is a phenomenal amount of weight.
Right.
And they haul him out. By this point, the regular police have arrived. There's no wasting time with we need a negotiator or any of that bullshit. They read him his rights, though he is entirely non-responsive. Right?
When the police get there, I'm gonna immediately tell one of them that all the cars are bombed.
Yeah, they're gonna look into that.
For sure, I thought you were gonna say that you're a sovereign citizen and that by maritime law. I was shocked that you said the cars are all bombed.
I thought he was gonna say he was gonna try and slip away before they noticed him.
I'm traveling, not driving.
I'm a loyal American citizen. I'm a fucking hero. I don't care about nothing.
But they take away his mask, and he's just a dude under the mask. He's not a monster. He's not a freak job. He's not full of spiders.
He doesn't.
It's the shop teacher.
Yeah, there's just the thing is that his face is blank. Nobody home. It's like everything that just happened was somebody else doing it. It's completely empty. You get weird sort of Michael Myers overtones as they load him into the back.
I'm gonna kind of squirm off and see if Moody can sneak his way into the parking lot where all these cars are bombed, and see if he can actually get one of these things that he knows how to take them off. I'd like to have one.
I'm just gonna go grab the one out of the gutter and put it in my car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
easy enough. I know exactly where one is.
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to set up a perimeter and they're going to control who has access to the parking lot. Nobody's leaving campus tonight, apparently, or most people aren't, unless they're going to hoof it, because it's going to take hours to bomb tech every car that it has a bomb on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, they're still establishing that perimeter, so you have a narrow window for acquiring your shit, and you know where it is.
Well, yeah, and the gutter, it would not be cutting through the middle of the parking lot. It's like outside on the edge, anyway.
Yeah, it's on the periphery.
Yeah.
There's one bit of oddity. If you want to roll a perception check as you return to the parking lot.
Sure. Wits composure.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
Also, I'm gonna do the same thing in the shop itself while all the chaos is going on, and just see if there's anything I can pick up before it gets destroyed by.
100% noticed everything.
Okay. Yeah. No. Everything looks normal.
Yep.
What about me?
So, yeah. If you want to make that roll now,
what's that? That's wits and
wits composure. And you're standing a little distant. If you're getting away from the mic there.
No, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I have to lean over my shit too, Joe. Jesus.
No, I grok you. I get you. Talk you.
All right.
One more than me.
Just if I see anything out of place or anything that just stands out in the situation, aside from the obvious, melting woman face and whatnot.
Yeah, you with the steely resolve of someone who has seen shit, you ignore the melted corpse hanging off of hooks. It's not that you don't care; it's that you've seen so many horrifying things today. You will in fact have to make an integrity check when we're done here.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd probably have to as well.
That it all kind of blends together as one horror. Whereas for Ayrton, this is much more personal, and that's why there were multiple horror checks. Because it's different to be in the blow-by-blow than to be the passive observer.
I'll go ahead and do that roll anyway.
Sure, that's a resolve composure. With a -3 because you have witnessed some grievous fucking violence.
Right,
but you get a +1 because you were defending someone else while fighting it.
Yeah, 3, so let's see if I get there. Hey,
you succeeded. You don't lose any integrity, but you are shaken. This was not a good
stern.
Day. I'm sorry, what?
I'm shaken, not stern.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do I notice anything?
Stand by for a minute.
It's just important we get to the end of the scene. I'm gonna have to handle this problem.
Yeah. You're probably gonna handle that in your car, I think.
Yeah.
So, you don't. It's having seen weird supernatural shit in your life. Okay. This is the worst kind of not supernatural problem, right? You're looking around for anything. You're looking around for any clue. Was he affected by the portal? Was it like some kind of alien parasite, right? What you find is everything is extremely neat outside of that main area where there was all the fighting and torture, right? His office is immaculate. Everything in its exact place. Every single component of the shop is not only in its place, but has a name tag to indicate that place. Right? You look at...
It's almost mechanical. I get what you're saying.
The thing is that as you're digging into it, and as you're digging into essentially the guy's life, because you're looking at family photos and his day timer and that sort of thing, you get the horrifying sense of what's going on. You understand the monster in a way you didn't want to. And now that you do, you feel kind of unclean. He had, to his approximation, the perfect life. Wife, kid, house, job, doing everything right. Something happened. Something shattered that perfection. The machine came unhinged. The gear slipped. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Something was wrong, and now he was losing it. He was losing the job. He was losing the kid. He was losing the wife. He was losing all those things that he had measured himself by. And so, in an instant, like a switch, it's her fault. He took it out on the wife. Well, once you've taken it out on the wife, why stop? It's everyone's fault. Everyone's got to pay. This was almost suicide by cop. He wasn't going to stop with a couple of people. He was going to murder and torture everyone on this campus until there was no one left, and then maybe he would keep going.
That doesn't explain why a shop teacher has cybernetic enhancement.
It doesn't. There's scrupulously no explanation for those. I mean, maybe if you could get a look at them, maybe if you could get into the hospital and see subdermal. But I mean, you'd have to talk to your fixer, the guy who supplies you with the protocol about that sort of thing.
We can get into the hospital because Einbrecht's a cop.
That is true. If you want to follow that up once you've rejoindered with everyone, and of course you got to visit Ayrton, who's injured and going to the hospital.
No, we got to take him to the fixer to get him a new arm if they can't reattach his.
That too. Interesting aside, they're taking the shop teacher to the same hospital.
Well, we can't leave yet, so. But while we're there, yeah, well, I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
Einbrecht, I guess this is your cleanup phase.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just basically gonna go check on Ayrton because I'm not filling out that report yet. Fuck that.
I mean, you gonna go to the hospital? You could ride along. You're a cop.
Yep, that's what I plan to do.
All right, Moody.
I mean, other than throwing that bomb in my car, I'm gonna sit in my car and take a breather and try to recover from everything going on.
Well, here's the thing, Church. Are you going to go meet with Nathan Sargent immediately after you do your investigation?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Moody, can I have a Dex Stealth? And Church, can I have a Wits Composure?
Alrighty. Sure.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna let's step away for a moment because I'm ineffectually shit here.
Yeah. 3. So as far as you can tell, Nathan Sargent is basically having a sneezing fit. Just a little bit of allergies. You know, I mean, the parking lot. There's flowers and whatnot. Moody, you are well capable of basically rubbing your face and kind of working through what you have to work through.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine I probably feel burning all over my whole body. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's leaking out of your out of your tear ducts, your nostrils, your lips. It burns pretty bad. There was that one time you pissed Silver. That was pretty awful. This isn't that bad, but it's still not great. The important point is that as Church approaches the vehicle, you've more or less got yourself under control, and you look normal.
Can I make a request on this?
Yeah.
I would like to worsen my suffering by go ahead and handling my integrity check at this point, if that's all right.
Certainly.
I have literally no idea.
I'm sorry, what was that, Ayrton?
Can we put Moody out of our misery yet?
Oh, Ayrton, you should know by now. If I kill you, the suffering ends.
I actually never rolled an integrity check before. I don't know how to do it.
It's a resolve composure. What is your integrity?
7. So
right. So it's a base of +1.
Okay.
Right. And then based on this list, you take positives or negatives. You got a +1 because you were defending Ayrton. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a -3 because of the sheer violence of the actions you were witnessing.
8 -3 5. Okay. All right. Yeah. Fuck all.
Because so you lose an integrity, and
all right.
you take the spooked, shaken, or guilty condition. Normally, you could get a morality check for, attacking someone and causing physical harm as well. But no, with this kind of stimuli, with the things you have seen and the things that were done, no one feels any sense of self-doubt for their actions to defend themselves.
Yeah,
to stop a monster. That's no.
For the record, no matter how nice a person is, I'm gonna shoot at anyone waving another guy's arm around. I'm just
exactly. That's a level of fucked up beyond the normal.
What's interesting, spooked and shaken. I'm actually leaning towards. Oh, sorry. What'd you say, Aaron?
Oh, I was gonna say Sarah McLachlan could be doing goddamn Lost Dog commercials, waving somebody's arm, and you would still shoot in her face.
Yeah. There's solidly a that ain't right kind of scenario here.
That might be the one scenario where I might be able to turn against Tom Hanks.
So your character has seen something supernatural, not overt enough to terrify her, but unmistakably otherworldly. How your character responds to this is up to you, but it captivates and eats your attention. You can shed this condition when your character's fear and fascination causes her to do something that hinders the group or complicates things. She goes off alone to investigate a strange noise, stays up all night researching, runs away instead of...
You can stop there. That totally sounds like the way my character works. I mean, I will do many things to hinder the group. I feel this is definitely the way to go.
I mean, you watched it. You watched... it could be. They've been talking about it for years. He could have been an infiltration unit.
Oh, for sure.
Because you watched it. They unloaded a full pistol and three. I'm sorry. You unloaded 2 pistols, 3 stun guns into him, and he didn't die. He barely fell down.
The deep state has been having people at DARPA to work on this technology for years now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly, one of their drones malfunctioned.
I mean, there's all kinds of military technology that they won't admit that they've completed.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way.
You would not be surprised if somewhere in the near future, there is going to be a man in black to take possession of the shopkeeper teacher.
Oh yeah, there's no way that we'll ever hear about this body again after this.
Oh yeah. So with that in mind, if Church is back, you approach the vehicle. It looks like in the post-conflict, maybe it's nerves or whatever. Mr. Sargent has a bit of an allergy attack, but he's cool. He's got it.
Okay.
And his car has been checked. It is cleared. So he can leave, but they're gonna want a statement. it's not that the cops aren't going to get them. It's more this is so much of a mess that they'd rather send people around to canvass after the fact than hold everyone here and screen them one at a time and keep everybody, here or downtown overnight, and the huge, massive snarl that represents. To say nothing of the fact that they would kind of like to get you guys out of here before the media shows up, because already there are 3 trucks from the local news who, had police scanners and heard about the active shooter.
Did any of the cars actually blow?
No. Whatever mechanism for setting off those explosives was apparently never activated. He didn't have a chance.
Hey, Mr. Church.
Yeah. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
I
got that device you wanted.
Okay, good. But we need to get to the hospital. We need to see that body before it disappears.
You need a ride, or are you good?
I said we, so yeah.
All right. I'll unlock the doors.
So
let him hop in.
So I'll call Einbrecht on the way and let him know that we're convening at the hospital.
All right, I head toward the hospital then.
No, you're at the hospital with Ayrton. Like that's kind of
no. He's in transit. There's traffic. It takes a hot minute.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, you get Ayrton
Motherfucker's stuck in traffic, and I'm missing a goddamn arm.
That's not even World of Darkness, man. That's just regular human apathy.
Yeah, that's just how shit works in real life.
Turn the sirens on, damn it!
Sirens on. Does anyone ever even fucking turn to the side? No, they just fucking stay there. They just keep in traffic, like, oh, it's not related to me at all.
Right. So I think that's the point where we reconvene next time. We're all on the way to the hospital.
I thought I started playing role-playing games to get away from the bullshit of the real world.
And then you met Joe.
Yeah. Sure, we will call that game. It's a good cliffhanger for what is the nature of the shop teacher? Will Ayrton get his arm back on?
Couple of notes I took that everybody should contemplate on. Cool Ride was not strapped with a bomb. The shop teacher was enhanced for no real reason that we know of. Seems like he was hacked, maybe. And that Ayrton and the shop teacher are at the same hospital. So the first thing that I'll be doing next game is getting Einbrecht to see if he can get us access to that body.
All right, everyone, go ahead and make a note because there's no way we're going to remember any of that in 6 months.
I've already got this written down. Yeah. I realized I could edit the character sheet in my my PDF program.
Now, my argument, especially for those who are listening, sure, you guys exist, is this is the first week of June. If we're going to do this at the interval that was discussed, the Gospel of Darkness should be rejoining on the 3rd of next month, so the 3rd of July.
Well,
the day before Independence Day.
Actually, what I was going to ask is there a weekday that works for everybody that we could do this on?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just need to know everybody else.
I'm available whenever, as long as there's a forewarning.
Well, I don't know what kind of obligations everybody else has, and that was the main thing. Is when can we get people together?
But I believe my Friday is kind of eaten up because Moody's is also eaten up.
I was thinking of a Tuesday.
Directly responsible for why his Friday's not available.
No, I was thinking Tuesdays.
I'm pretty sure my Tuesday's open.
Sure. Mine should be good.
It's pretty rare I'm available, so nothing to worry about on my end.
I'm thinking that if we can do Tuesdays, we might be able to actually get 2 of these in a month.
Sure. I mean, now the question is, does that mean you want to have our next Tuesday the 15th then?
Yeah, that would be not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Yep.
I don't know if Tuesday will work for me. Not that I'm doing anything. I just don't know if I want to see all that often.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's
I
fair.
understand. But that would put us on a bi-weekly schedule of like the 15th, the 29th, etc.
I mean, I can do this next Tuesday, but I presume people want some downtime between horror experiences.
No, I mean, with more people, it's a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah,
that was my main thing. If it was just going to be me and Ayrton, I just couldn't. I just couldn't fit through it.
Yeah, I didn't seek out more people to stack the deck specifically.
Joe can torment me and Ayrton like off air, like without a game or anything. And with more people that take it like actually seriously, Ayrton can continue to do dumb things, and I can continue to ridicule him, and we still have a game.
Hey,
you got your arm ripped off. You have no defense.
I've never done one of these before. I think I'm doing okay. I'm not.
You're missing an arm already. We've only played 4 games.
No, he's got the right of it. He's got the right of it. It is quite good for a first-time role player to lose a limb and not die in 4 games. This is good. Good job. Good job.
Move on to the cars. What happened to the shopkeeper? And will Ayrton's new arm have a hook hand? Next time on Chronicles of Darkness.
That just means Ayrton will have an eye patch after he gets a new hand.
Yeah, but you see the joke here is he doesn't actually need the eye patch. He just thinks it makes him look like a pirate.
That's right. And that will be it.
Receptionist.
Ayrton, get
the only pirate he is a software pirate.
He's not even that. He's not even that.
But with that in mind, unless we are closed, and we're not quite yet, I want